Welcome to the Bottle Poppin' Podcast, where Meg and Heather share their love for oils, friendship, and entrepreneurship. Let's get it poppin'.
Hey everyone, this is Meg.
Hi there, this is Heather.
And we are the Bottle Poppin' Podcast. So Heather, what are we popping open today?
We're popping open a bottle of Motivate, the encouraging blend.
I love this one. I use this one a lot. And in fact, I applied this one this morning before I even knew that we were talking about it. That's how much I like this one.
So good. What is your first impression of the scent when you pop open this bottle?
It is super sweet, but also minty. So I feel like it's a good combo. And I don't feel like either one of those scents is overpowering. It's a good balance of sweetness and mintiness to me.
I agree. There's quite a few citrus oils in this, not quite a few, 3. And so I feel like it would traditionally feel like it is going to smell really citrusy too. But I agree. I feel like the sweetness, the mint, the citrus, it's all very complementary of each other and blends really well together.
Yeah. And I know there's a lot of herb oils in here too. And I don't know that I smelled those, but maybe they are what calmed down the sweetness and the mintiness.
Okay, so let me read this ingredient list because there's blends that have various amounts of oils in them, but this one has way more than I was expecting for, again, the way you smell it from the bottle. It doesn't smell like it has this many oils. So we've got peppermint, wild orange, clementine, lemon, rosemary, coriander, basil, spearmint, lemongrass, tonka bean, cardamom, melissa, and vanilla absolute.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. And it's a big variety of oils too. It's there, not just the mint, not just the citrus, but like you said, you've got some herb in there. The vanilla brings that sweetness.
Mm-hmm. So I do think part of it is because this is part of the emotional line of essential oils. And so these are formulated specifically to help you feel certain emotions. So this one obviously is made to make you feel motivated and encouraged to get things done and to be able to impact the brain in that specific way. It probably does need like the perfect formulation of a whole bunch of different oils. That being said, I do think it's super effective. I do feel motivated when I use this oil, when I diffuse it. I really like to use this one also as a personal perfume. That's how I used it this morning. It's just applied it behind my ears and on my wrists. And it comes in a roller bottle as well as a regular 5 milliliter, I think, bottle.
Yes.
So you've got options with this one.
Yeah. And so for the same reason that you were just saying, when you're trying to get a certain emotion or outcome from it, I tend to probably use the 5 ml in the diffuser if I'm going to be having to do a specific task, usually at the computer, because I feel like I'm not a huge fan of just kind of sitting still. But so this is really good in the diffuser for that. But I also do have the roller bottle. And so if it needs to be something that I'm not going to be sitting still for, but need to kind of get that motivation going, I'll just roll it on wrists and usually behind the ears, like what you were saying too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this isn't oil related, but is helpful, I think. And I'm really loving this. So I'm going to share this tip for getting things done and being motivated. I have discovered a new app that I really like called Brain FM, and it is one you have to pay for. I'm still doing the 2-week trial period, but it's really cool because it puts music on at a specific frequency based on what you want to get done. So yesterday I did one where it was for 30 minutes, play music that's just to get quick tasks done. And then I did another 30-minute block later in the day that was deep work. And that's where like I was able to just dive in deep and get stuff done. And I was using Motivate oil as well, but I feel like the combo was really awesome. And this app also has like sounds to help you go to sleep. And it can even like play for 6 hours through your sleep cycle and that type of thing. But I'm really liking this app and feel like it applies to this conversation.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. And I like how you preemptively diffuse oils based on what you're trying to do. You've talked about how you diffuse cleaning oils before and while you're cleaning so that you can already get that feeling of a clean home. So same thing with the motivating oil. Go ahead and start diffusing the motivating oil as you're using the app to get done what you need to. I also think this one has lemon in it already, but at the same time, I was thinking back to the conversation we had about lemon, where you said that you've had a lot of success with focus by giving yourself a foot massage right before with the lemon oil. I bet this motivating one would be, or motivate, would be great on the feet for that same purpose.
Yeah, probably. I hadn't even thought about that. Plus, it just smells nice. Who doesn't want their feet to smell nice?
Well, I like this on doTERRA's page about motivate. They've got this one line in the description that I really like. It says, be persistent, stay energized, and you'll be motivated to act and realize your dreams. It's cool.
Love that. Love that. And I will say as well, there are no magic pills out there. So like if you are sleep deprived, aren't eating nutrient-dense foods, all those things, you can't just slap this oil on you and become superwoman and get all the things done. But it can help, especially if you already are taking care of the foundations of health. So just keep that in mind as well.
It cannot do that automatically. You're right. However, I think that one of the biggest ways that I benefit from oils is they shift my mindset. So I think for me, if I have the recognition that I'm about to do something that I am struggling with motivation for, and I take the time to go and apply the Motivate oil, I have already started to shift my mindset by telling myself, I have to do this thing. Here is a tool to help me get motivated to do this thing. And I think I'm more likely to do that thing afterward. So yes, it's not going to be the magic pill, but I do think that oils can help shift your mindset to be able to get something done too.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I'm glad you added that. And that's kind of one of those things too. If somebody's listening and you're curious about how that works, I feel like Heather and I both over the years have gotten better and better at that. But if you have specific questions, that would be the perfect thing to come to our Ask Us Anything call that we do. It's the third Thursday of every month, totally free, 30-minute Zoom call, 7 p.m. And yeah, we are literally there to ask, where you can ask us anything and we can kind of help you brainstorm and figure out how to use your oils more effectively. So that would be a great thing to do.
Yeah. And then you get to join in on the conversation. Meg and I are always, having these conversations about oils. Come join us so that you can be part of the conversation too.
For sure. Yeah, we would love that. Well, let's talk about some of the other uses for this oil, because there are actually a lot of uses. And I'm sure part of it's because there's a lot of oils in here that do a lot of things.
True.
So have you used this for anything besides motivation?
Yes. So before the kids line came out with the Brave blend, this is one that I would recommend for the kids to use if they were feeling like they needed some encouragement and some bravery with something that they were fearful about having to do.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I think it's important to say as well, like this is kind of the adult version of the kids line, because the kids line, they're simplified. I think every one of those only has 4 oils, and then these have obviously tons of oils in them. And these are still safe for your kids. It's just like some of the smells could be too complex. Kids might not like it as much. So they're going to be more drawn to the kids blend versions.
And it's not, these aren't pre-diluted versus the kids are pre-diluted with the fractionated coconut oil too.
So I think the roller bottle version is pre-diluted.
Yes, the roller bottle is. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Okay.
I know that my husband has used this one for sparking some creativity when he is working. He's a designer, so he spends a lot of time drawing and creating, and he used to diffuse this one a lot when he was needing some motivation and was feeling a little lackluster when it came to creativity.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yeah. So in the book, one of the books I'm looking at right here, it talks about how it's amazing for low confidence as well, which I could totally see how that would help. And detoxing, which makes sense with all the citrus oils. It also talks about how if your adrenals are challenged, it can help with that. And I feel like that's how I initially started using it. At the time, I was also using Magnolia, not knowing that that oil is perfect for this. But I have reached for this for that reason before. And then this just made me laugh. I've never used it for this, but apparently it works for flatulence as well. So if you feel a little gassy, just roll this around your belly button. You'll feel way better.
That's funny. I've never used this for that either.
Yeah. One other one that says on here, and this totally makes sense to me, is that if you are in a depressed state, this would be a good one. And I just think about so many people when they are in that state of mind, like they are almost motionless. They're not motivated to do anything, even the basic self-care things. And so having this oil could really help them move to the next level.
Yeah. And maybe it's not all of a sudden cleaning the whole house, but maybe
Right.
it is doing the basic self-care tasks that need to get done on a daily basis. And
Mhm.
citrus oils combined with mint oils do a good job of that anyways. And
Yeah.
if you don't have Motivate and you just need a basic version of that, the wild orange and the peppermint, which happens to also be the first two ingredients in this, is a
Mhm.
really easy combination to put in the diffuser to uplift and to be able to give you a little bit of spark when it comes to energy and motivation. So if you don't have this, you can start with that and then have good success with that so you can move on to this one too.
Totally. And I'm loving that combo with the new super mint as well. It smells really good. All right. Well, anything else on this oil?
I don't think so. I feel motivated to go about my day after taking a couple of whiffs from the bottle.
Yeah. I'm going to add one other thing because I just looked down and saw this. I've got 2 diffuser blends here that both sound really nice and totally different. And so I don't normally think to diffuse a blend like this with another oil, but one of them, this is the Morning Go-Go oil blend, and it is 2 drops of Motivate, 2 drops of Melissa, and 2 drops of Siberian Fir. So that would be an interesting combo. And then the other one is Get It Done diffuser blend. And this one again is 3 drops of Motivate, 2 drops of lemon, and 3 drops of grapefruit. So just want to throw it out there. I know people like our diffuser blends that we share. So a few options. But like I said, I normally just do Motivate.
Yeah.
The diffuser.
There's enough oils in it to feel like it's a blend already for the diffuser. But the interesting thing about the first diffuser blend that you said was the Melissa. It's got Melissa in it. Last episode, we talked specifically about Melissa, and we mentioned that it can be used as a calming oil. But during that episode, we had each taken some
Right.
internally. We did roof of the mouth, and then I did a drop under the tongue. And normally, if I'm going to do Melissa, it's because I want to relax. And I will say that I felt mentally relaxed, but boy, I felt really nice and energized that whole rest of the day. So this morning, I actually did that Melissa routine, roof of the mouth and under the tongue, just to kind of get going. And I feel good right now. But so I think that's interesting that Melissa's in the Motivate, but then also putting it in that diffuser. We did talk about how we don't usually put Melissa in the diffuser by itself, though, because it is a costly oil.
It is. Yep. All right. Well, we hope you learned something new. We hope you found this interesting. Thank you so much for listening. We will have a brand new episode for you next Friday.
Thanks for tuning in. For more information, you can follow these bottle poppin' ladies at bottlepoppinpodcast.com. Tune in next week to learn about what bottle we're poppin'. Until next time, take care. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This podcast is not intended to treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease.